It's really kind of a once-in-a-generation type project. It's a mountain meadow lake. It's all-encompassing.
In Idaho's west central mountains, a resort with a checkered past is not just bouncing back, but it's on the verge of booming. The Boise National Forest accepted Tamarack's special use application for its proposal to expand its footprint and develop the area even more.
It's the first step in a really long public process, with the resort hoping to grow its year-round recreation like mountain biking as well as skiing. This comes as Tamarack continues to pump millions of dollars into revitalizing and reviving the resort. What'd you call it earlier? Tyvek Town. Tyvek Town. There's some other names for it. I headed up there, though, to check out the progress.
The ski hill, the lodge, and all other amenities closed 24 hours ago. 200 workers are looking for new jobs.
The massive project, which includes condos, restaurants, and retail, has virtually been untouched for more than a decade.
It's like a ghost town inside.
The rise and fall of Tamarack Resort.
I hope the folks in the financial world can see the benefit of this place.
Was well documented. It went bankrupt twice since it was first announced as Valbois Resort in the late 80s. Several owners cycled through, changing the name to West Rock and later Tamarack. 2008 to 2009, the mountain, golf course, and real estate fell victim to the Great Recession and poor business decisions.
Really like to believe that this is going to continue and that our dream isn't dead.
The dream died when the Valley County Resort shut down in 2009.
That was a pretty traumatic experience.
Dozens of houses and the lodge at Osprey Meadows near the golf course were already done, and people owned the homes. But construction on the village at the base came to a screeching halt.
I taught the first lesson ever at this resort.
What was it feeling like for you when it closed?
Heartbreaking.
But the next year, the Homeowners Association brought it back to life. They preserved the buildings and operated on a limited basis. Temporary domes dotted the base. Unaffectionately nicknamed Tyvek Village,
Everything was frozen in time.
the area where condos, restaurants, and retail were in the works sat untouched for years.
Who really kept this resort alive, sort of clinging on for dear life for like a decade? Who was that?
I would say there were two groups of people. The employees that worked here, by far, and then the homeowners that were still here.
Finally, a group of private investment companies bought the resort.
It's like a ghost town inside.
And village construction restarted a decade after stopping.
Unlike the original Tamarack, what I call the 1.0, and Tamarack 2.0, we have zero debt on the property.
That brings us to today, March 2022. Over the past 2 years, we've seen major improvements at Tamarack, especially here in the village. And that includes Tamarack Outfitters, the skier services shop and sports school. It also includes this area over here, the Rendezvous Food Hall in the village, which includes a lot more food and drink options.
This is the core, really the heart of Tamarack.
The all-season resort is very much alive.
Well, welcome to the Tamarack Outfitters, our recreation hub at Tamarack Resort. This is why I stayed, this is it. It happened.
Revitalization reflected in the high price of passes. Day tickets cost $115 this season, $35 more than nearby Brundage. It's also apparent in the real estate.
So this is going to be a 2-bedroom condominium, fully furnished.
Many of these newly finished condos in the village sold for well over $1 million.
The prices have continued to increase as a result of the demand.
And you'll notice most of the domes that were at the base are gone, so people can get from here down to the lift easier.
There you go. Have a great ride.
Thank you.
Lakeside, they're working with the state on building a marina. The previous owners allowed the 18-hole Osprey Meadows golf course, which opened in 2005, to go back to nature in 2016. A third party owned most of the course, but the owners just finished buying it this month. They'll restore it, starting with the driving range this summer and opening the full course by 2024.
You can still see evidence of Tamarack Resort being sort of frozen in time. This mid-mountain lodge is unfinished. You can see the plastic over the glass windows. The state of Idaho does require that Tamarack finish this lodge by December of 2024.
Between state-leased land and private land, the all-season resort sits on 3,600 acres. Tamarack wants to grow by another 2,100 acres and add 6 more lifts. The resort saw the most visitors ever winter 2020 to summer 2021.
Our first phase at this point, we're expecting to go with our first sort of aerial gondola here at Tamarack.
Earlier this month, Tamarack cleared its first hurdle for growing the mountain. The Forest Service accepted a special use permit for Tamarack's expansion plan.
Logistics are going to be a big challenge, with construction workers and access and housing.
With the Lakeview Village project, Tamarack hopes to solve some of those challenges.
We start by taking care of those that take care of others.
They plan to build a K-8 charter school, a fire station, and new housing for hundreds of employees this fall.
Housing is our greatest need right now in Valley County.
Something County Commissioner Sherry Maupin is all for.
We absolutely need to find locals a place to live. It's hard. It's hard to see it grow and change.
Maupin says there's good and bad that comes with growth.
Getting people over to that mountain is going to be something that we are going to have to address in the next few years.
She says the county and Tamarack worked together on infrastructure needs. She hopes the resort will partner again on developing better traffic plans. Maupin worries about another problem plaguing resort towns right now.
It's bittersweet for the businesses.
Staffing shortages in restaurants, shops, and hotels.
If there's anything, it's a frustration with you're bringing all these people here, but we don't have the services and the support network to take care of them.
In Valley County,
this is a found destination.
Growth is inevitable.
The Treasure Valley is growing at breakneck speed, and while we're 90 miles outside of there, we certainly feel that here too. And so it's a rising tide lifts all ships.
And Tamarack's leaders feel it's about time.
It's a heavy weight to bear sometimes, but it's our legacy.
Yeah, it is about time. I mean, this was first idealized back in the 80s, built officially, started in 2004 is when it opened. And then everything that sort of spiraled since, just really bad timing for them. Another exciting development, though, today, Tamarack is in talks with Hotel Brands. It'll announce its first true hotel up at Tamarack this year. So you can look out for that. Ski resort operations, infrastructure, and labor, we know, are not cheap. Tamarack's lift tickets and season prices do reflect that.
That's true, and they're kind of off on their own right now, the way they're set up, not really located next to a town. I mean, Donnelly's there, but it's still kind of set off from that.
Right.
By expanding terrain, though, and making all these investments, accessibility and affordability are challenging now. That's why they created the Sky Pass this year. It gives students enrolled in Valley County and New Meadow schools free year-round lift access. And then later this year, Turlington says Tamarack will introduce the Valley County Teacher Pass. That's awesome, opening it up a bit.
Exactly, making it a little bit more accessible.
Yep.